Well, that's refreshing. I just opened this box and I didn't get the Chinese ramen noodle flavor packet smell. What's up, everybody? Dave here from the Davey HT3 with another What's in the Box. I apologize for not have done these in quite a while. I think it's almost been 2 years since we did a What's in a Box or RC Heli tutorial. A couple life-changing events. I got a new job, we moved, and we also had a new addition to the family, which is our daughter we just had. She's a year old now, and some change, but things have stabilized out with the new job, the new house, and the kiddo. So now I can get back to doing the stuff I like to do, and that's What's in the Box and RC Heli tutorials. And thank you all for watching, and let's just dive right into this. Coming back strong and hard here with a Minicoptor Diabolo 550. I've always wanted a TDR or a Banshee or, a Diabolo. A nice high-end heli, like the Ferrari of helis, best of the best. It's not the best of the best, but it's pretty darn close. So we're going to go ahead and dive right into this, the Minicoptor Diabolo 550. This will not be a short unboxing. This is going to take a while, so please bear with, but I will go through most of the parts in this box, giving you a detailed overview of what you get when you buy a high-end kit like this. So stick with me. Let's dive right in here. You flip open your lid. What they're telling you here is this is the black www.minicopter sticker. I got a black tail boom and I got the black lettering, so they're including white decals and it just says white inside. We'll find that at the bottom of the box, and bam, there you go. This is a Minicopter Diabolo 550. Very minimalistic box. It's very tiny. It's only measuring about 15 inches across, about 6 inches wide. I'm going to go ahead and pop the top off of this box. And there we go. These instruction manual was on the actual outside of the box in another wrapper. It didn't come like this, but that's how I got it for our convenience here today. This does come with your kit if you're worried about instructions. This is the latest revision to the manual. Whenever you buy a kit, you will get that because these are made, I believe, as you buy them. It was hand machined. It took about 2 weeks to get to me from Germany, which is not bad. And inside this manual, you're going to find color step-by-step instructions in English with metrics for measurements. And everything is very easy to follow, very intuitive, step-by-step. So if you're worried about a manual, don't. You get this guy in the box. Okay, we're going to go bag by bag, but as you see, as an overall, this is everything in there, very tightly, compactly packed up, individually bagged by step. So with most of your helis you buy nowadays, you go 1 through X amount of steps. So let's get started. Step 1 is very substantial main shaft, some bearing blocks here that support your main shaft. Looks like you have an anti-rotation hub and assembly here with a sleeve and some mounting hardware. We'll go ahead and open it up. Stainless steel shaft. Go ahead and check the measurement on this. I think it's 10 millimeter main shaft. We'll zero her out. Let's see what we get here. Yeah, 9.98. I'm pretty sure these cheap calipers are probably a little bit off, but yes, that is a 10 millimeter main shaft. By the way, just a comment, I've already been through here and the machining is incredible. Very, very clean machining. Okay, and then here we have our head block. Once again, very beautiful, very nice. Very up to snuff with what we're going to be doing with it. We have I believe this is the upper bearing block. Very nice. Everything is nicely machined in this kit, and that's why we pay that extra money for these kits. They're very one-off, well machined, very precise with everything they do over it. Minicopter there. Gerd's really got his stuff together over there in Germany and puts together a great kit, and it's worth the 2-week wait. Mine actually came 2 days earlier than expected, so hats off to them. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be having a battery issue. Bag 2 looks like we have this is a 2-stage transmission, some bevel cut gears. We'll go ahead and open this guy up. Right here we have our takeoff from the secondary part of our 2-stage transmission to the tail. Very nice. Then each one of these, one stage is for the tail, and then one stage is for the main gear. Delrin cross-cut gears, very nice. Then we have these are also some bearing blocks, but they're on the lower end of the drivetrain that support this second helical cut gear here. 2 helical cut gears. One's off the pinion. The second stage is at the bottom. This is below it, the main gear, and then that engages your tail gear assembly. And then a bag of hardware for the step. And these are all very high quality ball bearings used in here, shielded. And what I'm getting on this one is a F61800Z. Very nice, clean. Get that back in the bag. And it's on to bag 3. This bag we're going to find some gyro mounting plates of carbon fiber. Check out the quality on these. Very nice. So we've got 3 plates, possibly a stiffener and some gyro mounting plate. I'm not going to take all this out, but I got some tubes in here, and these accept rubber bushings that are cut, I believe, and these support your battery tray. It's not a battery tray, but these support your battery when you slide it in. And then some 90-degree elbow brackets of aluminum. Hardware kit, of course, bolts, nuts, washers. That was bag 3. Let's go on to bag 4. We've got some more carbon fiber in here. Another stiffener plate or mounting plate. Then this guy, this chunky bit of aluminum is obviously a spacer somewhere, stiffener in the frame. And then we've got our pinion, and this is a substantial pinion. Here's my pinion from a 6HV, and then here's the pinion for the Diabolo 550. Obvious difference. And it's on to bag 5 here, which includes your swash plate. Let's get this guy out. I haven't really looked at this one yet. Beautiful swash plate. Very nice. So you got your swash plate here. Looks like a little bit of scratches here. That's no big deal. Nice size of a swash plate too. It's pretty big. It's not a tiny swash plate. Then in here it looks like we have an anti-rotation guide, and this is made of Delrin, machined right there. And then of course your links are in this bag as well, your elevator links and aileron links that go from the swash to your servos. Go ahead and get this back put away. It's on to bag 6. Now in this guy you're going to find your blade grips individually wrapped. We'll open one up here. These are aluminum. Beautiful blade grips, nice and rounded off. Machining is very clean once again. Now from what I understand, these need to be heated to be able to slide your bearings in, because it's such a tight tolerance. And the bearings are actually off a little bit, and these are machined so close that you may have to heat these up a little bit with probably the end of your solder gun. The tube that accepts your tip there. And we have some radial bearings in here of nice size. I'm not going to open all these up. And of course your spindle shaft here. I think this is 8 millimeters. I'm not positive, don't quote me. Let's see what we get with that. Yeah, 7.93, that's an 8 millimeter spindle shaft. And this is also stainless steel of the utmost quality. Continuing on here, we've got our control rod that comes down off of the one side of a blade grip, and then in here to be assembled is, let me get this out, this is actually kind of ingenious how they did this. You get this one right here link, and then inside the bag you've got the parts to build a different link. And this is really cool. I kind of like how they did this for the fact that you get a turnbuckle. Now what you would do here is this comes off of your blade grip, then you put in this turnbuckle and then this on the other end, and what you get is you're able to fine-tune with this link to get your tracking correct. So one side you have to do a whole rotation, which is normal, but on this side you can get the option to fine-tune. So if you get your kit and you open it up and you think something's missing, it's not. This other side is completely different from that side. I was a little scared when I first went through my kit and only saw one of these guys, and then once I went through the instructions and saw how it actually worked, not only is it ingenious, but I felt kind of stupid. And then another bag with your other radial bearings, a couple spacers. Go ahead and get all this put back together here real quick. There we go. That'll do for now. That was 6. We're going to go on to 7 here. This is your landing skid hardware. Very nicely done. I'm not going to take all that out. That's a lot to put back in. But you see you get your stainless clamps here that your skid tubes go through. Then this connects to the steel landing gear. Then you got some right angles here. Aluminum again. And these secure to the bottom of your frames. And that's how you attach your landing gear. Pretty basic. Pardon me. Number 8. Moving on to the tail assembly here. In here we're going to find our tail box, our tail shaft, our pulley, the blocks that hold the tail shaft in place, or the tail boom in place. And if you could feel this, this is awesome. It's such a tight, like, it's not tight, but it's perfect. That's all it is it's perfect. Let's check the size of this shaft here. Go back to 0. And we're dealing with a 5 millimeter shaft here. And then you're going to notice the spacing here on this bit of metal and this bit of metal is different. One is like 4.5 millimeters on this side, and I think the other side is 6 millimeters. And that distinguishes where you put it together for which side your tail hub goes on. And I think this is how it goes. This is how it was in the bag, but of course we will check that and make sure the measurements are going in the correct direction. A little note on the tail box here, very nicely machined. You do get a little bit of a difference in the full-size Diabolo is you don't have those two half moon pieces that actually secure. You put the boom in, then these thread against the boom. This one you're just basically securing like any other 500 class heli. Tension holds it on. Very nice machining. I'm extremely impressed with this heli. But the tail box is exactly the same as the full-size Diabolo, with the exception of these half moons and a couple other pieces that would make the full-size Diabolo a little more complex than this one. This is actually a pretty simple heli to build, maintain, support. And in here, this is our boom rod, boom support mount here. I'm guessing this is also Delrin. It's not plastic. Usually these are fantastic plastic in a kit. This one is Delrin. Then here are some O-rings. Look like they came as some oil filters or something, but what these do is you slide these through, I believe it's these pieces right here, and that is how you secure your pitch slider to your boom. It's a very interesting concept. I may or may not do a build video on this. I'm kind of on the fence about that because it's supposed to be a really enjoyable build, and I don't want to have a camera in my face while I'm trying to build this heli. But I'm thinking about it. Maybe you could comment below and tell me if you want me to do a build video if you have stuck around this long. Now, of course, in here you have these that go into your frames and hold your tail boom. These are your tail boom clamps. Once again, beautifully machined, very nice pieces of German engineering. I do hear that this one screw is kind of hard to get to, and there's a trick to it, but I have yet to learn that. So I'll do some picking around on the forums and the Google stick, whatever, and we'll figure out how to get that tightened and loosened and whatnot as necessary without it being an issue, which I don't think it will be. Then you have your pitch slider connection here that goes on your boom. Nice piece of chunky aluminum. Of course, your boom support ends, which are epoxied in. There's no screw through these. These are epoxied in with two-part epoxy, some miscellaneous hardware. So we'll get this bag back together real quick so I'm not missing anything or anything's out of order. Get these guys in here. Okay, now this was bag number 8, so it's off to number 9. Getting there. There's only about 10 bags in the kit, 11 bags to go through. So up here in number 9, we've got the tail bits. And once again, there's a set of grips in here. They're aluminum. Those will also have to be heated to accept the tail spindle. Looks like they've already secured the bearings on here. Very nice of them. And once again, the tolerance on the bearings is not as close as Gerd's machining. So you're going to have to heat this, make it just a little bit wider, you know, a couple hundred degrees just to be able to get your bearings in. So it's no big deal. And here we've got the control mount for the tail blades. You're all very familiar with that. If you've stuck around this long, this is Delrin to aluminum to a brass sleeve in here, and it looks like some other type of Delrin. I'm not sure what type that is, that grayish colored Delrin. Let's get out one of these blade holders here so you can see it. Tail blade holder, just like the head, very nicely machined. The anodizing is beautiful, not a single scratch in it. Alright, get them back together. And your pitch slider control arm here. Looks like here's the hub for where the screws secure to be able to pull against here. Kind of rusty on my heli parts. I'll get that back as time goes on and I get more back in the helis. And then in here some superfluous parts to secure everything. Looks like stainless steel hardware in this one, some carbon steel, and then your radial bearings and the cups here once again. So that's all your tail box assembly, your tail boom stuff. And moving on to number 10 in here. This is all your canopy mounting stuff. Once again, we got some big O-rings, and then these some actual just keychain. Very interesting how they did this, but you can put your fingers in here. These secure your battery packs. You pull it, use that, you hold that, and then it links in. And then this actually gets folded up and tucked in. And then what they call some Tanix canopy mounts here. These white Delrin pieces, none of this is plastic, it's all Delrin. Basically your canopy slides into there as a stop, and these are secured inside the canopy. We have a Swash leveler here of Delrin as well. the O-rings, which these connect onto, some more fastening hardware. Looks like they included some extra cotter pins there, whatever the heck those clips are called, I forget. They included a couple extra of those, I guess, in case you lose one. You only need 2, and looks like there's 4 in here. Okay, so canopy securing setup tool and some Tanix stops for your canopy. This bag isn't labeled, but it's pretty obvious. You've got a belt here, 550 size belt, and I believe this is a Bando belt, just like what Compass uses. Yeah, Bando. Then in here you got some numbers. If you're curious to those numbers, we have S3N1596UK and then DL16, then a 1 in case you needed that number. This belt is pretty substantial in its width. It's a lot wider than any of the other belts, even my 6HV. I believe the 6HV belt is not even that wide. Good quality in this kit, gentlemen. Alright, coming down this, just, you know, the nitty gritty, you get yourself some steel landing gear. I was fooled. I thought these would be carbon fiber, but they're steel, just like on the Joker and the full-size Diablo. I've heard some cases of harmonic vibrations and some cases of not having it. Whatever, we're going to give it a try. I take off mostly from grass, and I'm in the air before any of that bothers me, so some nice anodizing on this. This might even be aluminum. Nah, they're steel. Pretty sure they're steel. Very nice. Good quality. And we have some skid tubes here. Once again, very nice quality. Anodizing is beautiful. These are aluminum. They even include some zip ties here of all the correct sizes. This Heli is unique, as in there are grommets to run your servos through, your servo wiring, which is pretty cool. Then here's this piece of plastic I was talking about. You cut this in 3 pieces. You bore some holes in it with the hobby knife. Once you get it through the little tubes I was showing you earlier, your battery pack slides in here like so, and then this rubber keeps it from coming out, along with those keychain things with the O-rings. It's a very tight locking battery system. This Heli does not have a battery tray. Personally, I like the design, and I'd like to see it in other Helis. Battery trays eject, gentlemen. Then in here they include a nice spanner wrench to make adjustments on that fine-tuning deal. The link on the head, so you can get your little quarter or half a twist. You don't have to do a full rotation on any of your hardware on that one. Then the last of the box here, they include a nice Diablo sticker. I also had a silver one, but I put that on my monitor already. Then this is the white Minicopter logo for your tail boom. You get another little Team Minicopter sticker. So that was all that's in the box. I'm going to go ahead and clear this off real quick and show you some other goodies that came along with this kit. Get all that in there. I'm just happy this unboxing's over, because now I can start building it. That's all I've been waiting for, is to do this. Show you guys what all came in it, and then we can build it here. Alright, here's a blade holder. Substantial quality once again. Very rigid. Comes with little stickers on it. Very nice. Looks like a devil. Got some devil horns. Let's move on. Carbon fiber tail deal here. Tail fin. Very nice. We'll check the thickness on this since it's tiny. Turn on 0. Let's see what we get. I think 2.5. Nope. Looks like 2 millimeter thick carbon fiber. Then on to the frames. These are very nice. My wife says they look like boots, which, yeah, Diablo frames look like boots. Oh well. Still a very sexy Heli. There were no flaws I found in this at all. I looked over it very well. I'm going to do a little light sanding. I don't think much is required because they give you grommets to put all your wires through. It's very nice design, excuse me, Gerd did over there in Germany with these things. Like how it's all set up for wiring. You don't have to get real creative with how you do it. And these are side dependent. There is a right and a left. And getting down to the nitty gritty here, let's go ahead and do the tail boom. This was in a bag. Took it out just for ease of the unboxing. Inside, you're going to find your push rod. This is all carbon fiber tubes. Okay, so you got your control push rod here for your tail. You've got 2 connections here for your boom supports. Okay, so that's inside your boom. And then a nice substantial tail boom here. Pretty long, almost as long as a 600 size, about an inch shorter. And what they've done here is they've already gone to the liberty to grind this clean so you get a nice ground. There's no need to run a ground to this heli from the motor to the tail boom. There's not going to be any static buildup in this, which is a big problem with belt driven helis. Alright, moving right along here, we'll get this out of the way. A nice large beautiful canopy. I like the shape. Kind of looks like a, once again you got the devil. You know, that's what the heli's named after, is the devil, and it's definitely gotten inside of me with this guy. And the only thing that kind of bugs me is this line, but that's, you're not going to see that in flight. And then of course, got some decals here. I went with the black. You do get a choice. You can get black, red lettering. I think they have yellow lettering too. This is a limited production run, so might want to go out and get yours pretty soon if you're going to do it. That goes right on there. Plop. Pretty cool heli. I like it. Alright, that wraps up what was in this box. Once again, that was the Minicoptor Diabolo 550. Beautiful little plate holder there. Thank you guys for watching. We're going to go ahead and bring back the heli tutorials, maybe some build videos. Leave some comments below, tell me what you think, and we'll talk to you later. Peace. The devil, Diablo, Diabolo. Ho ho ho.